John Schmidt, and I'm a fourth year medical student at UT. I grew up in church my whole life. I can never remember being a time when I wasn't in church. But I got saved when I was about 15 or 16, and kind of had a very immature faith. And when I went to college, I went away to Pittsburgh, and really kind of found my way away from the Lord. Unfortunately, had a lot of friends that weren't Christians, and I was actually a religious studies major, which there was not taught by Christians, which is weird. I was taking Christianity classes from atheists, and I think it really kind of got me turned around with a combination of things. And then when I moved to Memphis, kind of ultimately, God laid it in my heart to seek God again and to realize kind of where I was, and ultimately really found my way back to Him in a way that I never had before. And so in terms of how it changed my speech, it's not something that I ever really thought about until Robbie and Barrett were talking to me about it this week. But having thought about it, I really realized that it has changed my speech, not even in a way that I was aware of, but just in terms of changing my heart. And so out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. That when I was in college, or even when I first moved to Memphis, we would me and some of my guy friends would have these really crude topics of conversation or jokes, or talking about women and dating in kind of inappropriate ways. And I cursed a lot more than I do now. And if I something falls out of the fridge on my toe, maybe some bets are off. But it's room to grow. And but I just think that really the way that I think about things, even more than the way that I speak, influences the way I see people and the way I see speech. And so it comes out, and I think that I'm less inclined to talk bad about people, and more inclined to stand up and defend them when other people are ragging on somebody. I'm definitely more patient with people, less inclined to jump on them and say, well, gosh darn it, whatever, or curse when things don't go my way, or a whole host of things. And I think it's the exciting thing is it's something that I never really had to think about. It was just God kind of changed me from the inside out. And so I think it's awesome. I'm really excited for the message this morning, I think for a lot of reasons. But one, just because it's always a continued message to me and to all of us to continue to grow in our faith. And it's something that, in terms of our speech, it's something that is going to be the first thing people see about us. And when we talked last week about making assumptions about people and judging them, but it's everybody will do it, and especially non-Christians, that'll be the first thing they see about us. And so if we're not controlling our speech and using the Lord's name in vain, or cursing, or talking bad about people, and then to come in and say later, "No, yeah, I'm a Christian. Why don't you go to church with me?" I think that's a really important area of our lives, and one we can all work on.